at the break of dawn, police got stationed in all parts of Nairobi metropolis and the city center to prevent us from proceeding with our peaceful protests as we had planned. These hooligans, who we are aware were acting under the command of one Rigathi Gachagua and Moses Kuria, were identified and recruited at a meeting in Thika a few days ago. Recently, our members of parliament who were on their way to the office of the president to begin the presentation of the petitions were not allowed to access this public office, for which we pay with our taxes. Despite being peaceful and unarmed, they were met with tear gas and gunshots and other forms of brutality. We know why we could not be allowed to present a petition to OP on cost of food. There has been an attempt by the illegitimate Kenya Kwanza regime to mislead the people of Kenya that the cost of unga has come down. The truth is that it has not, and we wanted to prove it. Blackmail. They are also setting stage for assassinations promised by Moses Kuria on his social media and on his public pronouncement. There is a slow but steady attempt to introduce martial law in Kenya. We know that Mr. Ruto, who Mr. Ruto is learning from, we will not allow it. Yes. We have taken note of a very unfortunate trend in the use of hired gun against Azimio allies. It's youths from central Kenya who are being used to fight other Kenyan communities. It is youths from central Kenya who are used to invade Northland Farm, beginning of this protest, at the beginning of our protests. And these are the ones who were used to invade Jubilee headquarters recently. Despite these developments, we are energized that Kenyans are determined to claim their country. We are marching on. Tomorrow we take a break, strategize and recharge. Our protests will resume on Thursday, the 4th of May.
Haya, ucio ni mutirithia wa Raila Odinga no ri kaine ta matha wa ngere wa karuna nawe mutongoria wa kiama kia NARC Kenya thikiriria riri mirurungano ya Azimio ihurirwo Shafi na makiria kaunti-ini itiganite guothe bururi-ini. Kaunti ya Githumo nayo ndinatigwo na thutha na kuria igumirwo ni cieko cia ngahiha oro hamwe na wagagu na gukiri uguo barabara itiganite ni ihingirwo mwena ucio guku kana guku amwe magiakia miaki itemine iria kuonania gicakayo kiao hindi ya mirurungano ino no na gukiri uguo gutire uthukangia kana wanangiki wa indo ciothe na uria ucungireirie kana undu wothe uria ucungireirie kurwa kwa muo kana kura kwa mioyo mwena uyu wa Githumo.
What point do a particular section of members of parliament sit to discuss the issue of how the server is supposed to be opened, especially when the recruitment of IEBC commissioners is ongoing? Then what powers do they have to then proceed and then open the server? It doesn't make sense. Secondly, how are those sittings going to bring the price of unga down? There's some members of parliament seated in some particular hotel somewhere and probably getting entitled to some allowances. Then if you will agree with me that there could be a discussion that was going on that could be different from the reasons why people were demonstrating.
Haya, ucio ni mwena wa Githumo na kuria ari kumwe gwa gitumiro kinene kwa ngwataniro ino ya Azimio One Kenya Coalition iri gitongoragio ni Raila Odinga. Haya, nake munini wa president Rigathi wa Gachagua ni othiite na mbere kana ni onekanite gukirira ngwataniro ino na kiuga ati wende kurugama kuona mirurungano ta ino igitafanio itemini ria guthukia na guthoga thayo wa muingi. Akiaria muthenya wa umuthi, Rigathi wa Gachagua ni onekanite kwiruma kinina kuga ati gutire hindi mari ta thirikari megukorwo makihuahua, akiuga ati ni megetete wega gutigirira ati undu uyu kana gutire undu wothe uria uguka na guthararia thayo wa muingi na njira o yothe. Oho Gachagua ni athiite na mbere na kumenereria mirurungano ino guku akiuga ati mari ta thirikari ni matamburukeirie ngwataniro ino guoko itemini ria kwenda maikare thi na maunanire njung'wa na maranirie no indi riu ni monekanite kuthie mugaru na tauria mathaniriirie.
Tumesimama hivyo, Your Excellency.
Juzi wametuambia hawataki maandamano, wanataka maongeo. Tumesema haya, enda pale bunge, Kimani Ichung'wa wako pale, kina Tongoyo, muongee. Mimi na rais tuko busy kwa kazi ya maendeleo. Ama mnataka tukue na nafasi ya kuongea na hii watu? Sasa wasema nyinyi mko na wabunge wenu, tuko na wetu, msugumuze. Ile mtakubaliana, mtuarifu. Mzee amesema hapana, wacha arudi kwa barabara. Amerudi. Jana amesema, hii maandamano ni amani. Hakuna kuharibu chochote. Sisi tuko watu watulivu. Sasa leo wamefika pale Gong Road, wameanza kuchoma mabasi. Naye tumewakalia saa hii. Tumewakalia. Na tunangoja mzee mwenyewe. Hajatokea, tunangoja. Si ndio? Kwa sababu sasa huyu mtu amezoea kuja kwa serikali kupitia kifua na kulete maafa, umwagikaji wa damu, kuharibu mali ya raia, ati yaingizwe kwa serikali kwa nguvu.
Niweze kualika mjumbe.
Haya, uguo niguo bururi wa gitinda ukigariura na makiria mwenene wa kiuteti na kuria ngwataniro ya Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition yakihitite gutigirira ati ni macokereria mirurungano-ini yao. Na thirikari ikionekana kwigeta wega na gutigirira ati gutire ta undu ta uyu na makiria uthukangia wa indo wakorwo gitafanio riboti-ini ngene kana riboti-ini ngeneri thiite na mbere na gwakireria ni ati mutungatiri mwogomu Paul Mackenzie ni kurekereirio ni igoti ria Malindi na thutha-ini ucio acoka gwikio ngono na kana na gucoka gwikio ngono guku wabici cia thitango ya muingi mwena uyu igithi na mbere na kwenda guteaniria failo ciake. Mackenzie no uri rugamirio mbere ya mucirithania IVC hamwe na angi atandatu macokire gwikio ngono na gutwarwo igoti kana magacoka gutwarwo igoti-ini ria Shanzu na kuria matangite kana matanyitwo gucoka kuhingirwo gucungi mwera aginyanagia hindi ria cira wao megukorwo makiwitika. Guthie giteri ni guthiete na mbere na kwambatirio mwena ucio kuona ati hindi ria atandatu aya horo hamwe na Pastor Mackenzie kana mutungatiri mwogomo Mackenzie meguthiaga na mbere na cira uyu ugiteri ukuheanagwo ni ruhonge rwa maabitha borithi a GSU.
In this regard, this miscellaneous file is therefore closed, and in regard to these miscellaneous files, the suspects are at liberty unless they are again otherwise lawfully held.
Sioni kama shida. Isipokuwa sasa si tumezuiliwa tu bado. Kwa hivyo haujabadilisha kitu.
You think you're guilty, Mackenzie?
No, only the court can say.
Charges zake za mwanzo na sasa vile kuna ushahidi mkubwa zaidi. Ile order ambayo ilikuwa ya zamani imefutiliwa, sasa tumeanzisha nyingine mpya. This is to show kwamba the level of counts zile alikuwa amechajiwa nazo mwanzo zimeongezeka. Kwa hivyo ilibidi waweze ku release ile ya kwanza na kumrearrest tena katika zile charges zaidi. Kwa hivyo sisi tunafurahi ya kwamba charges zitazidi na vile tunavyoendelea mili inaendelea kupatikana, so the number of counts za kesi ambayo imemkabili itakuwa zaidi.
Haya, riboti ni riboti tũragĩthiĩ na mbere na kũrũmanĩrĩra nayo na atakĩrĩ nganja ũndũ wothe ũgũkorwo ũkiumĩra nĩ tũgũkorwo tũkũmenyithia na gĩtĩo kĩnene rĩu twambe tũikĩrie mwĩroreri wa Mũthingi TV no tũkĩhũndũka nĩ tũrahũndũka na riboti makĩria ndũgetĩkĩre gũthiora mĩtambo. Bũrũri-inĩ wa Mũgĩkũyũ tukiugaga atĩ wona cihanda wega
thaa imwe cia hwaĩ-inĩ tukiugaga nĩ mathaa ma mbũri ikĩingĩra
na ithuĩ nĩ twambĩkĩte hema kaunti ciothe 47
tukirongoreria marĩa matũkoniĩ tũrĩ ta nyũmba ya mũmbi
nĩ amu nyũmba nini ĩciraga ũtukũ
gũtigĩrĩra atĩ nĩ tũkũmenyithia marĩa maragĩthiĩ na mbere na gũkunũka
tondũ nyũmba nini ĩciraga ũtukũ
nĩ o mũthenya wona cihanda thaa imwe hwaĩ-inĩ
na thaa 3 cia ũtukũ
nyitanagĩra na niĩ wa itherero wa Njoroge
Baire wa Mararo
na niĩ wa Njiro wa Maina
niĩ wanja wa Njiro ndĩhandĩte iharo-inĩ
kũmenyithia ũrĩa bũrũri ũregariũra
nayo ceceni ti ĩngĩ
ceceni-inĩ yaku wendete ya Mũthingi TV
tukirongoreria marĩa matũkoniĩ ta nyũmba ya mũmbi.
Hey darling, are we still on for our coffee date?
I'm waiting for you to come and pick me up.
I should be able to pick you in a few.
It's a coffee yogurt date?
It's not just a yogurt. It's royal coffee yogurt.
Flow with the sweet taste of thick and smooth Royal Fresh coffee yogurt. Royal Fresh, the royal taste of freshness.
Haya, mwĩroreri wa Mũthingi TV nĩ twagĩcokereria reke ngĩthiĩ na mbere no kũmenyithia marĩa tũgĩkwarĩrĩirie. Minista wa maũndũ ma nanja gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ nĩwe Alfred Mutua nĩ athiĩte na mbere na kuga atĩ mĩhang'o ya gũtigĩrĩra atĩ nĩ mahonokia Kenya arĩa marĩ bũrũri-inĩ ũtũrigainie wa Sudan na ũrĩa ũthiĩte na mbere na kũgũmĩrwo nĩ mbara kana mĩhang'o ĩyo nĩ ĩthiĩte na mbere na kũgĩa umithio kuona atĩ nĩ megetete wega marĩ ta thirikari gũtigĩrĩra atĩ nĩ makorwo makĩrehe Akenya arĩa marĩ mwena ũcio kũringana nake nĩ atarĩirie atĩ Akenya makĩria ya 400 nĩho marĩkĩtie gũkorwo magĩthaitĩrwo mĩoyo yao gũkũ akiuga atĩ makoretwo kana mambĩkĩte mĩhang'o ĩno ya gũtigĩrĩra atĩ Akenya othe na arĩa marĩ mwena ũcio nĩ makorwo magĩthaitĩrwo. Mutua arĩtie hĩndĩ ya kĩgomano na andĩki a mohoro mothe mũciĩ-inĩ mũnene wa Kenya, Nairobi.
I want to reiterate that the government of Kenya is fully committed to ensuring and enforcing the rule of law in the country consistent with the constitution. And so all we are saying is that we want to have democracy. And it's just like any institution. There are good guys and bad guys. There are people who misbehave, there are people who behave properly. When people behave well, they are rewarded. When people misbehave, they are rewarded accordingly or punished accordingly. This continent of Africa really needs to have democracy. The things we are talking about, Sudan, DRC, other issues, they all come down to democratic principles. And Kenya has shown that we can have a good democratic government. Raising Sudan and holding a conversation on the future of Sudan. President Ruto has stated that Kenya will support the UN in its humanitarian efforts, and I agree with you, the UN really needs to get down and do its work. Yeah. And in addition, even as we support the humanitarians, we tell the UN to do its work. We will avail Kenya's airspace, including airports such as Lokichogio, Eldoret and others, for humanitarian support, as well as technical support for any special operation. We have evacuated 409 Kenyans, and we have more Kenyans living in Sudan. You find that there are Kenyans who are outside Khartoum who have decided they want to stay in Sudan. And so we are evacuating anybody who wants to leave Sudan, Khartoum. And I want to thank South Sudan, Ethiopia, and the countries that have allowed Kenyans to cross the border and be able to come here. We have evacuated also in excess of 500 other nationalities, the UN and other countries that are here.
Haya, tugithina mbere ni ate thengia ya kanjo ya magavana kuruta mukana wa nduko 14 ukorwo makirogamia mihango yothe ya thirikari angikorwo thirikari nene na makiria ministry ya kigina ndigwitikira kurekereria besha kuri county riu gukinyeria riu muigana wa shiringi bilioni 31.5 nishirikitie kurekererio kuri thirikari cia matura matongoretio na mwikarigite wa onoria uikaine ta Ann Mobi wa iguru na nowe governor wa county ya Kirinyaga ni maugite ati kigena kia muigana wa shiringi bilioni magana kana bilioni 29.6 nicio kamiti no itarekereirie na iria cia mweri wa keri.
Issue we discussed was on the delayed disbursement of the equitable share. Since the Council's notice on this matter, issued on 24th April 2023, the National Treasury has so far disbursed the February 2023 allocation amounting to Kenya shillings 31.45 billion to the 47 counties. Currently, the outstanding monies owed is Kenya shillings 29.6 billion, owed to 47 counties for March 2023 allocation. We have agreed with the National Treasury that they will be prompt in ensuring timely disbursements to counties. Additionally, it has been resolved and agreed with the National Treasury that the March allocation will be disbursed by 15th of May 2023, and the April allocation will be disbursed by end of May. The disbursements for May and June will be issued in the first 2 weeks of June to allow counties to absorb these resources within the financial year. On the current political situation in the country, the Council of Governors prides itself in being a non-partisan institution that speaks in one voice. In this regard, the Council notes with concern that the ongoing conflict between the two political divides that continues to have a negative impact on counties. To this end, we have formed a 10-member committee comprising of the Council Executive Committee, and the purpose of the committee will be to engage the leaders from the two political divides to address the ongoing demonstrations and amicable solutions to ensure stability in the country.
Haya, rutu akioka ate kigina kiu giakirikia kurekereria na makiria kuri county mihango mingi na ire kuretu ikirogamio county ni itiganite guothe bururi-ini ni gukorwo ri wikiambirira kana githina mbere ya itemini ria gutigirira mwingine wa gunika turike kuria county ni ya Kiambu niyo county namba 21 igoti ria Kiambu ni rihorikitie kuoha abitha umwe wa borithi kiho kia miaka 30 njera na ni thutha wake kunyitwo na mahitia makuraga mundurume umwe na njira ya kumuhura rithathi kuringana na wakiri wa mutuakana wa wakiri wa mutumia amwe ni muthuri ni atariria ati cira uyu ukoretwo githina mbere gwa kahinda ka miaka 6 abitha uyu no riukaine ta Edward Manjalu erikanaga kuhuthira kana erikanaga kuraga mundurume uyu akihuthira kana mundurume uyu riukaine ta William Kimani akihuthira rithathi na ni thutha wa kugia na ngucanio mwaka-ini wa 2017 no na gukiri uguo wakiri wa family no ni ugite ati nimegucoka igoti-ini itimini ria gukorwo makihoya marihi mahathara iria family no ikoretwo ithiete
kudi na good point munene wa
My name is Kariuki Karanja Advocate. I was holding brief for Mr. Edward Banya, who has been the victim counsel in this case. This case has taken a period of 6 years to conclude because the offense happened on or about 26th August 2017. Wanted Mr. William Mwangi Kimani to buy him beer. And when William declined, this officer created disturbance which caused to the officer shooting William to death. The court has found the officer guilty of murder of William, and he has accordingly been convicted to 30 years imprisonment.
Nitarudi tena kwa wakili ili tuweze kuangalia mambo ya compensation juu mimi nilikuanga housewife na William ni alikuwa breadwinner. So ningeomba ni koti i-compensate family kama mimi juu nilikuwa housewife na nilikuwa na mtoto.
The seriousness of the offense and the victim impact statement, the court has stated that the police officer was supposed to be protecting William, but instead he used the weapon that had been provided by the government not to protect but to kill an innocent man.
Haya, tugithi na mbere ni ati na waciari ni moritio moyo wigiririki wa gutigirira ati ni mateithia ciana ciao na makiria hari kumethemia kumana na uhuthiri moru wa dawa cia gufogogia kiaria na aria magunikite na mubango wa Equity Bank mwena wa rũgongo rwa ithũĩro kaunti-inĩ ya Embu. Mũrũgamĩrĩri kana mũtongoria wa bengi ya Equity no ũrĩoĩkaine ta James Mwangi nĩaugĩte atĩ bamĩrĩ nini ĩrĩ na itemi inene rĩa kũnyita harĩ kũhũrana na ũhũthĩri na ũnyui wa dawa cia gufogogia. Oho Mwangi nĩaugĩte atĩ thirikari oro hamwe na honge itiganĩte cia andũ kĩũmbe nĩrĩkĩtie kũnyitana itemi-inĩ rĩa gũtigĩrĩra atĩ nĩ mahũrana na ũndũ ũyũ, kuona atĩ rĩrĩa arutwo aingĩ marakorwo makĩhũthĩra dawa ici nĩ maratethinga nginyanagia gĩthomo-inĩ kĩao. Maya mokĩte rĩrĩ mũnini wa president Rigathi wa Gachagua ambĩkĩte mbara ya gũtigĩrĩra atĩ nĩ ahũrana na njohi oro hamwe na dawa cia kũrebia na makĩria gĩtaro-inĩ kĩa Mount Kenya.
I've been a long-serving chairman of Vision 2030, and we seem to be achieving our national goals. But there is one challenge the country is have to confront, and that is national value systems. The problem we are experiencing, whether it is drug addiction by young people, it means the fabrics, the social fabric, the national value system needs to be made good. And I think the churches, family level, the family unit, we all must unite to address the challenge confronting our children.
Mimi ningeadvise wanafunzi wenzangu venye James Mwangi amesema, your efforts, the inputs are direct proportional to the outputs. So the more effort una put, the more the best the results you get.
Not deal with it as drugs. We must ask ourselves, what is the root cause of this? And I think the biggest one is, as adults, must set the right examples for young people.
Haya, tuthi na mbere riu kaunti-inĩ kana tume mwena wa Embu tuthi kaunti-inĩ ya Naikuru nĩ atirĩrĩ ndereti ya ũndini mũgomo ĩthiĩte na mbere na gwakĩrĩria na makĩria gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ gĩkundi kĩmwe kĩa aikari na arĩa marekorwo gũkorwo maumĩte bũrũri-inĩ wa Uganda na arĩa marekorwo gũkorwo marĩ a ndini ĩmwe na ĩrĩa kana nĩ marĩkirie kũhithũkio na gwĩkio ngono ũmũthĩ na kũrĩa mauma thitĩnji-inĩ ya ngari 55 aya marerĩkana gũkorwo maumĩte kanitha-inĩ gwa Christ Disciples Church mwena na kuria meguthiaga mwena wa Yangatom. Thabarĩ yao ikirengerwo kana Yangatom gũkũ nĩ bũrũri-inĩ wa Ethiopia, thabarĩ yao ikirengerwo mwena wa Naikuru. Kuringana na munini wa county commissioner mwena ũyũ nĩ atarĩirie atĩ gĩtũmi kĩmwe kana kĩmwe kĩa maũndũ marĩa makorirwo makĩrora kũmakania nĩ atĩ gũtirĩ ona ũmwe uma na marũa ma kuonania kũrĩa maumĩte no ĩndĩ macoka gwĩka ũthuthuria wao mamenya atĩ 55 aya maumĩte bũrũri-inĩ tũrigainie wa Uganda 29 mauma andũ agima gũkũ nao 26 arĩ andũ a ũkũrũ wa kana ciana nini.
My name is Isaac Adele. I come from Mohoro district, a district which is located in eastern Uganda. I'm a Ugandan by nationality. All of us are coming from Uganda, and the reason as why we are here, we actually got caught by time yesterday whereby we could not proceed with our journey. We are going to Ethiopia for a church conference. We are going to spread the word of God there, and we are going there for strictly 1 week, then we shall come back from there. That is where we are going to. So because of time, we slept yesterday here in Naguru. Then today's morning, because of security reasons, the police had to pick us, and that's why we are here.
Today in the morning we woke up to something that was abnormal. We saw a movement of many people who were at our pass back, and we got concerned as to where they were going. When we inquired, we realized that these were our neighbors from Uganda who did not have travel documents, and on further inquiry we realized that they were traveling to Ethiopia in a place called Nyamatong. But you cannot travel internationally without travel documents. So we got concerned, and that is why we have them here. And of concern was that the majority of those who are traveling are children. Children are about 26 with 29 adults. We have decided as a committee to take them back to Uganda so that they can go get their papers processed, have their travel documents prepared, so that they can also go and make proper arrangements of travel. For you can see what they are carrying, how they are dressed, and how the conditions they are putting the children in are not very good conditions.
Haya, tukithina mbere ni ati nake governor wa kaunti ya Bungoma niwe Ken Lusaka ni atarĩirie ati thirikari ya kaunti yake ĩrĩ na itanya rĩa kwandĩka aruti a wĩra 198 na arĩa megũkorwo makĩheo kandarathi njerũ akĩaria mũthĩ wa ira hĩndĩ ya gũkũngũĩra mũthenya wa aruti a wĩra guothe bũrũri-inĩ. Lusaka nĩonekanĩte kuga atĩ kana nĩonekanĩte na gũthiĩ na mbere na gũthinyĩrĩria bata ningĩ wa kuongerera arimũ kana arimũ a kĩrathi kana arimũ guothe bũrũri-inĩ angathĩ itiganĩte itemi-inĩ rĩa gũtigĩrĩra atĩ nĩmakinyanĩria gĩthomo kĩa ndandũku na makĩria gĩthomo gĩa CBC.
Sinki nimesema kwamba tumekuwa na wafanyikazi wale ambao wanaitwa casuals ambao idadi ya 194 walikuwa wamewekwa kwa casuals na wengine hata wajalipwa tangu ni waache mwaka wa 2014. Tumefanya consultation na county assembly, tumefanya consultation na washikadau wote, na tumekubaliana kwamba wote wataajiriwa kwa permanent and pensionable terms. Hiyo itafanyika Mungu akipenda wiki hii ijayo. Kwa hivyo hiyo imekuwa ni swala, najua limekuwa swala nyeti katika wafanyikazi katika kaunti hii. Kuna wale ambao walienda kotini, kuna wale wengine ambao waliandikwa, kulikuwa na wale walienda kotini 463 na wengine 660 ambao kesi yao bado iko kotini. Tumengoja uamuzi wa koti ili tuweze kujua vile tutaelekea mbele, kwa sababu kulikuwa na wala tulikuwa na list moja ya 463 na list nyingine ya 660, lakini hilo ni swala ambalo liko kotini, hatutaka kuingilia sana. Lakini wale ambao hawaja kuwa na shida ya kwenda kotini ndio nimesema kwamba tumeweka kwa permanent and pensionable, na kuwahimiza tu kwamba tutaendelea kushirikiana pamoja. Tumesema mambo ya insurance, kumekuwa na matatizo wakati kuanzia mwezi wa Julai new financial year tunaenda kufanya recruitment ya walimu ambao wa ECD, pia vocational training colleges ambazo ziko hapa. Tuko na tutors ambao hawajakuwa promoted, pia tumesema masuala yao tumeshughulikia, watakuwa promoted. Kuna wale ambao tuliweka kwa permanent and pensionable. Kwa hivyo tunajaribu kuona kwamba mazingira ya wafanyikazi wetu yako sawa sawa, wanafanya kazi kwa mazingira ambayo pia wanaweza kufurahia kwa wafanyikazi katika kaunti hii na wafanyikazi katika kaunti ya nchi yetu.
Haya, twambe tuikirie na gitio kinene kahinda gaitũ ga keri ga gwĩkĩria no tũkĩhũndũka nĩ tũrahũndũka na riboti makĩria ĩthiĩ na mbere na kũmenyithia na makĩria ciĩgiĩ hathara ya mbura kũrĩa kaunti-inĩ ya Samburu. Macio na mangĩ maingĩ nĩwona twamba gwĩkĩria.
Hey darling, are we still on for a coffee date?
I'm waiting for you to come and pick me up.
I should be able to pick you in a few.
It's a coffee yogurt date?
It's not just a yogurt. It's royal coffee yogurt.
Flow with the sweet taste of thick and smooth Royal Fresh coffee yogurt. Royal Fresh, the royal taste of freshness.
Rĩu nĩkĩ mũthee atĩrĩrĩ tigana inani nĩ ndĩramenya ũrĩa ndĩreka mbeca ningĩ nĩ ciakwa tarĩ kĩici ũrĩa ndĩreka na mũndũ tigana inani nĩkĩ mũrenda mũnjĩre kuwa thikũ na taitũ rĩu rĩ nĩ tũmũbuate tũkarore tũmũbuate mũthee kũ nĩ gũkũ nĩ ũcio nĩ woka atĩrĩrĩ we ũronetio kũ nĩ Barakaĩ kũrĩa tũrendia 550 kakwĩna kũngĩ ĩni haha makuta na phase 2 na kuona kutredia 350 na deposit no igana na igana rimwe ici gyo kahe mweke ukareha kahora ni ndironetio Baraka kuria kwina rugiri rwa thitima na kwina mai aya nito eni goko kwa ndagima gutire buro tie tari taitu na nikio ndimwiraga ndagima nekuga na gweka
Aya, igitagwo studio nitwagicokereria mwiroreri wa Muthingi TV githi na mbere na kumenyithia maria tukuharireirie mundurume umwe ni akwite guku andu angi makiria ya 162 magitigwo magitara hathara na uni thutha wa muyuro munene wa mai kumakua indo ciao ciothe na kumatiga magitara hathara mwena wa Samburu ya Mohoro kuringana na murugamiriri wa wadi ino no rikaine ta Nakola Lawrence mukana wadi ya Nachola no niwe Lawrence Lorunyei ni hoete thirikari gutigirira ati ni amateithĩrĩria kuhurana na undu uyu guku magikiaritana kuri ruhonge rwa mutharafa mutune rutikire kumanyageria uteithio mwena ucio kuona ati miaka kana gwa kahinda ka mieri 5 marakayaganirio wa inene riria rirari mwena ucio na riu no hathara maratara kumana na wongerereku wa mai na makiria muyuro uri ucungiririo ni mbura nene rirathi na mbere na kura mwena ucio.
Hapa tuko katika Parikati Oasis Primary School na yale ambayo ametuleta hapa ni shida ya hawa watu. Hawa watu wamekaa miaka 4 na ukame, mali yao ilimalizwa na ukame, na juzi mvua iliponyesha ikachukua yale mali ambayo walikuwa nayo, na zaidi mvua tena ikanyesha ikawa mafuriko hapa, nyumba ikachukuliwa, vyombo vikachukuliwa, manyumba imeharibiwa, hata shule imeharibiwa. Kwa hivyo hawa watu wako katika hali ya hatari sana. Kutokana na hii media, ninaomba Red Cross wafike hapa, Nawiri wafike hapa, Caritas wafike hapa, wale projects wote ile ambayo uko katika Samburu County, wale ambao katika njia moja ama nyingine na uwezo wakuja kusaidia watu wa Parikati kwa sababu wanalia sana sana.
Bwana alishukua the first initiative akatusaidia, Governor Lati Lelelit ya Samburu County alitusaidia kwa first respond. Pia the first partner ambaye anafanya kazi kwa Samburu County, we really appreciate what they have done. Impact. The first call tumewaita kwamba watu wa Parikati wamepata shida, they were there. They came. This food which you see here, they provided everything. Wamepatia mpaka nylon ya kukafa hizo manyumba yao.
Mafamilia ambayo ziliathirika ni watu 162. Kwa familia 162, mafikombe zilienda, mafijiko, masufuria, nini, mpaka hata wale walikuwa ile mambuzi kidogo ambayo tulikuwa tunalichalisha kwa kijiji, yote ilienda na maji. Kwa hivyo siku hiyo tulijaribu kupiga masimu mahali popote ile na for sure tunashukuru serikali wa county. Hawa ndio watu wa kwanza walichukua reaction, walituletea chakula. Hiyo chakula kidogo nilipata kuwasaidia watu, na siku hii ya leo tukapata chakula ya shirika ya Impact, of which bado tunahitaji msaada mingi sana kutoka kwa serikali kulingana na ile madhara ambayo tulipata.
Minista wa Ugedi guku bururi-ini niwe wikaine ta Penina Malonzani yaniriire ati thirikari ni yambikite mitaratara ya guthamia mbogo kuma nyanjara itiganite kana kuma nyanjara itiganite itemi-ini ria gutigirira ati ni ahurana na kuhuka gwa cio. Akiaria ri runyanjara-ini rwa Lewa muthenya wa umuthi ni kana Malonzani onanitie kuhuka kwa mbogo ici na makiria iria ciikaine ta Northern White Rhino, akiuga ati iri hatikaine na itigarite igire guku bururi-ini maya mokite hindi yake icera guku agithi na mbere na kuga ati ino giki ni gitumiro kimwe ya kuguciriria agendi na makiria aria mokaga bururi-ini ni undu wa guciona.
May I take this opportunity to
This is how serious we are. We cannot afford to lose our wildlife through drought and climate change, and again we lose them in the hands of conservancies. No. And I was very happy when he said he's going to do a committal letter. I said I'm so happy now another branch of government is in it. So this thing will work very well. And so I want to let you know that you have my commitment. The translocation is going to start very soon, and we're going to release the rhinos to you. But again, we release with a curfew that please make them grow the population. Do all what you can to grow the population. That is what I need from you. So as I release them, don't just watch them, because we are a country that now, and I think Olpajeta is just not very far away from here, we are a country that is now nursing the last northern white rhino. We have 2 of them, daughters, they can't reproduce themselves. And we are here looking at extinction happening right before our eyes. And so it's my worry that when I release them to you, please make the numbers grow, populate them so that we can also give other conservancies, and we have enough rhinos in this country.
I want to thank the partners who are in this room and those who are online, led by USAID, for supporting NRC. For me, I know it is a pioneer model of conservation. The carbon trade is one of its kind in the world, and there is always going to be a problem about the person who sets peace anywhere.
So please, I want to call you, as we partner, as we collaborate, let's also yield to the President's clarion call of planting the 15 billion. We are at a stage where now we want to restore all our national parks and game reserves, and we also ask the conservancies, please, will be coming to you to know how many out of the 15 billion you will plant.
Haya, nake mũmbunge wa Kimilili niwe Didmas Baraza ni ajireirie mũbango wa waki wa nyũmba na makiria kuri aikari a Kimilili. Waki ucio urirongaririe gukorwo agiaka nyũmba 3,000 makiaria hindi ya uthondeki wa nyũmba ici mwena wa Chasamisi ni monanitie wiganiri wao wa gutigira ati kana unduria maugite ati ni uguteithiriria hari kuhura njeki miturire ya aingi guku makinyita barua riendekithia ria President William Ruto ria gutigirira ati o Mukenya ni gwatira handu agita hake.
Sasa tumetoka huko Kamukuyu na Kalila, tumejengea mama nyumba, hakuwa na nyumba, alikuwa analala nje. Tumekuja Msembe hapo, tumejengea mama, alikuwa analala nje, tumejengea nyumba. Leo tuko Chesamis, sasa tuko Chesamis. Mzee alikuwa analala nje. Hata ukiangalia vizuri, hiyo najua yeye anapigianga nje, si ndio? Simuona wote anapigia nje. Sasa mtu kama huyo anastahili kujengewa nyumba. Si unamwambiaje Didmas aendelee, si ndio? Aendelee kusaidia watu wengine, si ndio?
Sisi kama ofisi ya mbunge tunatarajiwa tuchenge nyumba 3,000. Bila mlisikia mbunge akisema nyumba 3,000 ndio target ya mheshimiwa Tukimaliza hiyo, watu wa Kimilili watakuwa hawana shida yoyote. Kwa hivyo sisi tumeamua kwamba kila siku, vile Mheshimiwa Opama amesema, kila siku tunachenga nyumba saiti ya 6.
Nimeshukuru siku ya leo kwa yale maana wamenichengea nyumba, na nilikuwa sina nyumba. Sababu tangu pipi yangu akufwe, kijana yangu akakufwa, nilikuwa sina nyumba. Kwa nalala tu nje tu. Lakini nimeshukuru.
Saa hii tunaelekea Maeni, tunaenda kwingine. Kesho pia tuko Kamukuywa, lazima tumake sure watu wetu nyumba siko sawa.
Mheshimiwa Titi Maseparasa yeye amenifanyia leo na afanyie mwingine. Si tuko tu nyuma yake, tunamuombea Mungu amulinde mpaka 2027 tutaona yule akitaka chochote tutampa.
Aya, magana aikari kuma itora ria Kibarini gukune kaunti-ini ya Kilifi ni marĩkĩtie kugunĩka na ũtungata utari wa marĩka na ũtungata wa ũrigitani ũrĩa ũtarĩ marĩhi. Gũkĩrĩ ũguo kana gũkĩrĩ ũguo mathiĩte na mbere na gũtũgĩria ikundi gĩtarĩ kĩa gĩthirikari na kĩrĩa gĩkinyanĩirie ũtungata ũyũ, gũkũ makiuga atĩ mathĩna kĩũndũ-rita nĩmo makoragwo mamagũmĩire na mangĩ arĩo gũcũngĩrĩria kwaga kana kwaga gũkorwo matarĩ na mbeca njiganu cia kũmatwara thibitarĩ.
Nashukuru shirika hili kwa kutuletea madawa, manake wengi wa katika hichi kijiji hatuna uwezo wa kugharamikia matibabu katika hospitali zetu. Tunayo hospitali kubwa hapa Kilifi ambayo inajiita ni hospitali ya serikali, lakini ukifika pale matibabu yao ni ya hali ya juu kama hospitali za binafsi. Kwa hiyo shirika hili tumelishukuru sana kwa kutuletea haya matibabu ya bure.
Tumeweza kuwatibu na conditions zenye tumezipata, nafikiri wengi tumeweza kuwapatia madawa yenye yanaweza wasaidia na pia kuwarifaa wengine wale wenye growth kuwapeleka huko kwenye mahali kwenye nafaa waende.
I would like to thank the direct aid for conducting this, being part of us and being the sole sponsor of this activity. The turnout we have experienced, like the elderly and the very young children, those are the numbers that have been leading, and a lot of women. I don't know where the men are, maybe working or something else, but a lot of women, the elderly women and the very young children have turned out to our camp, which is not a bad thing because they have come to receive whatever they need.
Aya, nitũgĩkĩra tonafa tũthikũri haro-inĩ na nĩ atĩ timu ya mũbira wa gonya cukuru-inĩ wa University wa Masinde Muliro nĩ ũhotani mwaka ũyũ mbĩtĩka-inĩ cia gonya gũkũ athaki mũgwanja mwena kana athaki mũgwanja o mwena, na nĩ thutha wao gũkorwo makĩhũmithia imwana cia Bungoma mĩciĩ-inĩ ya final. Hĩndĩ ya mbĩtĩka ici atongoria nĩ mareranĩire wĩhani wao harĩ gũtigĩrĩra atĩ taranda na makĩria cia mbeũ njĩthĩ nĩ ciakinyĩrana.
Kiwa gavana wa kaunti hii, nataka kuhakikisha kwamba vile viongozi wengine wamesema, we shall make it an annual event. Sisi pia tutaweka pesa as a county tukishirikiana na wabunge ili